Ya, bukan main. Hari ini adalah hari yang benar-benar membanggakan bagi acara sederhana gelar bicara Jaya Suprana Show. Karena hari ini kami memperoleh kehormatan untuk bisa berbincang-bincang dengan dua putra terbaik Indonesia yang sekarang mengharumkan nama Indonesia di mancanegara pada jalur fashion, pada jalur adi busana, yaitu Mas Yosef dan Mas Bai. Tepuk tangan untuk dua
Masih.
tamu dahsyat kita. Ya, amin.
Wah,
Nah,
terlalu disanjung.
ya,
Wah.
Anda memang harus disanjung, bukannya terlalu disanjung. Ya. Nah, karena
Makasih.
saya tahu belum banyak yang kenal Anda berdua, tetapi saya dan Ibu Ella sudah beruntung sekali. Cukup lama ya kita kenal itu 10 tahun ya.
Lumayan
Jadi
lama.
dahsyat sekali, tapi justru kenalnya melalui jalur wayang orang ya. Jadi
Ya
bukan
betul.
tapi kemudian nah, kini Anda berada di Jerman dan
Ya.
Anda di situ tentu malang melintang ya, membawa desain-desain yang Anda sebut sebagai conscious fashion. Ya, ini judulnya aja sudah sangat menarik, conscious fashion. Nah, sebelum kita masuk ke conscious fashion, saya itu selalu lebih tertarik pada bidang kesenian, itu selalu lebih tertarik kepada senimannya ketimbang karyanya. Karena menurut
Iya.
saya sehebat-hebatnya karya seni tetap ciptaan manusia. Tapi seburuk-buruknya manusia seperti saya ini tetap ciptaan yang maha kuasa. Jadi buat saya selalu meletakkan manusianya di atas karyanya, bukan kebaliknya. Nah, maka kami supaya bisa lebih mengenal manusianya, yaitu Mas Yosef dan Mas Bayi, tolong Anda ceritakan bagaimana Anda berdua kemudian bisa berjumpa dan menjadi pasangan double, pasangan ganda yang terunggul di dunia ini ya.
Terus.
Ya anunya ya, pokoknya saya mau ngomong apapun boleh ya, karena yang ngomong saya
Boleh.
bukan Anda.
Sombong.
Ya kalau
Tapi
Anda yang ngomong itu Anda sombong, tapi kalau saya ngomong itu jangan dibantah ya. Apalagi apalagi saya kan lebih tua dari Anda berdua pasti ya.
iya
Maka
betul.
jangan Anda
Nanti nggak enak.
berani-berani bantah saya, nggak boleh ya. Nah,
Nggak.
tolong silakan ceritakan, terserah apakah Mas Yosef atau Mas Bai yang cerita. Anunya
Baik.
bagaimana Anda berdua berjumpa,
Ya.
kemudian kenapa kok Anda berdua bisa ke satu negara yang kebetulan juga merupakan ya boleh dikata tanah air udara saya yang kedua setelah Indonesia. Nah, dan saya juga nggak tanggung-tanggung Anda itu ada di satu kota yang ya bukan hanya untuk Jerman tapi untuk dunia sangat berperan, yaitu Berlin. Dan saya tahu dulu Anda atau sekarang juga masih, bahkan Anda tinggalnya itu di dekat satu pusat yaitu Kurfürstendamm. Gila. Ya itu ada orang Indonesia kok bisa malang melintang sana. Monggo. Saya nanti nggak habis-habis ngocehnya. Nah silakan. Sekarang giliran Anda. Oke.
Pertama-tama matur nuwun, terima kasih, atau thank you very much. Saya agak ngomong bahasa Inggris juga karena ada beberapa teman dari luar negeri yang ikut mendengarkan di
Kenapa
sini.
nggak Dankeschön?
Dankeschön, Dankeschön Pak Jaya, Dankeschön Mbak Ayla memberi kesempatan kita untuk diajak chat dalam Jaya Suprana Show. Kita merasa tersanjung sekali karena ya kita berdua belum apa-apa sih. Tadi yang Pak Jaya bilang terima kasih udah disanjung-sanjung, tapi sebenarnya kita cuma Mbak I dan Joseph biasa. Ya, kenapa kita gimana ya waktu itu ya? Waktu itu tuh sebenarnya ke ke udah 30 tahun yang lalu sebenarnya. Lebih dari 30 tahun yang lalu kita. Ya, jadi pertama ketemu tuh saya baru pulang dari Sydney, sekolah marketing, terus Joseph lahir di Jerman,
Ya,
terus waktu itu di tahun 90 itu lagi liburan
di
di
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Liburannya karena dia sebenarnya dikirim sama perusahaannya untuk ngecek satu toko ya, toko fashion karena dia udah kerja di fashion
Oh, memang
industry.
beliau memang dari awal fashion memang ya. Oke.
Ya,
Ya,
Oke,
sudah di
terus,
fashion
ya.
industry sebagai manager, product manager. Ya, terus waktu itu kita ketemunya sebenarnya pas lagi itu Sabtu malam, lagi lagi di Tanamur.
Ah, oke. Ya.
Itu jadi sebenarnya ketemu situ, terus dari situ ya kita jadi sekarang kerjasama dan sampai sekarang bersama.
Loh ya oke, tapi ketemu di Tanah Mur ya tadi ya. Itu bagaimana kok langsung bisa chemistry-nya di bidang fashion itu. Nah,
Yes.
mungkin
Saya
giliran Mas Joseph, Mas Joseph.
ya. Saya boleh ngomong English ya.
Oh, boleh ya.
Boleh, boleh.
Ya, oke.
So actually, when we met, I was sent by my company to Indonesia to check one of our clients who sell the fashion in Indonesia. So, and this client was also a client from Bai's employee who is designing stores, interior design.
Oh, so the same client.
This lady connected us because she brought me to Tanamur and he was there.
Is she still alive now?
She's still alive.
So
She's in Jakarta.
So she is saksi hidup apa tuh?
Yeah, maybe Pak Jaya also knows her. I think she's also very active in art. Yeah.
And who is she?
Evi Miranda.
Oh, yeah, the name sound, but
suaminya artis.
Suaminya Dr. Lau.
Dr. Lau.
Suaminya Dr. Lau is also artist.
Okay, and then both of you met, and then from the beginning, is there any chemistry between you, both of you?
Yeah, we had similar interests, of course, like fashion, art, design. Jadi karena itu ya kita berhubungan.
Yes.
Nah ya kan berhubungannya di Bali. Ya kenapa kemudian ke Berlin?
Ya,
di Jakarta, ya oke.
Ya terus saya waktu itu mau sekolah di sini, tapi akhirnya kita end up bikin Populo di tahun 94.
Oh.
Karena saya kan, because I was living in Germany, jadi he wanted to study German, so he came to Germany.
Oh, are you a German citizen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
so my parents.
I have said that you are an Indonesian, because we are very proud of that.
Yeah. Saya. Papa mama saya, my parents left Indonesia in the 50s.
Oh.
So I was born in Germany.
Oh. And now your father and mother
still here.
Is here,
Still here. Yeah.
How
still
old?
In Germany.
How old is your father?
My dad is 88 and my mom is 84.
Okay, and your father and your mother, Bai, where is?
My father is already passed away in 2000, I think, but my mother is still there. My mother lives in Yogyakarta. At the house, you've been there with Mbak Ayla and Jaya.
Yeah, the beautiful engineer from the Candi.
Candi Sari, sebelah Candi Sari,
You make me jealous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pak Jaya and Mbak Ayla, please come again, visit us because it's really different now. My mother is now 92 and a half years.
92. Wow.
92 and a
Yeah,
half.
she
half,
must
yeah.
drink jamu that, huh?
Yeah, she likes jamu. Jamu cap jago.
Yeah. Thank you for the promotion.
Of course.
Okay. Okay. And then both of you make a
Below.
populo.
Populo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that your family name, Pai?
No, actually no, because when we started actually the Populo is with concept store, yeah.
Yeah.
Since '94 we went to Fashion Week in Italy, like Italy, French, London, England, things like that. Terus actually the name is from Piazza di Popolo.
Oh,
Itu
Piazza del Popolo. Wow.
yes.
Yeah.
In Rome.
In Rome. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a Forum Romanum.
Yes, that's exactly, yeah.
I think Populo is an Indonesian name. Well, Populo. But now your name is Bai
By
Populo.
Populo. Because people yeah, call me like Bai from Populo store or Populo label, so Bai Populo.
Why? Why you choose the name Populo? The Plaza de Populo. Why?
Because at that time in Piazza di Popolo, kalau sore ya, like young people they gather and then they dress up like very stylish. So I like that place, and we discuss why don't we use this name Popolo, not Popolo but Populo. We make it like Populo. Itu Pak. Dan artinya Populo itu ternyata adalah population people. Jadi merek kita adalah for
everyone.
Yes. Yeah. Now it's also in the politics. In the politic genre, also now popular the terminology populist.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it is a pity that is rather negative, rather pejorative. Actually,
Yeah.
populist is a great name. Populo. Very interesting. Very interesting. Nah, Anda sudah menampilkan karya-karya Anda di negara mana saja? Kalau Anda bisa ingat, tolong Anda sebutkan.
Yang pasti sih Jepang. Waktu itu kita tahun 2000, semenjak kita berubah ke batik di tahun 2010 itu, yang pasti pertama kali di luar negeri kita ditampilkan sih sebenarnya banyak. Kalau ke Fashion Week kita suka nampilin juga. Di Berlin pertama kali kita tampilin ya, sebelum kita ke Jepang ya. Di Berlin kita tampilin karena kita kolaborasi dengan satu tato artis yang dikenal di Berlin sama juga hairdresser yang terkenal di Berlin. Kita bikin batik kolaborasi. Terus kedua we are doing fashion show in Japan, Amazon Fashion Week tahun 2017.
Amazon
in 2017. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon
Fashion Week.
they support Tokyo Fashion Week. So we doing the fashion there. And tahun 2019 saya di Seoul, itu acaranya saya sendiri lupa. Acaranya pokoknya mengenai apa ya? Kebudayaan ya.
Indonesia.
Enggak, itu acaranya World Seminar of something, I forgot. Gitu. Sorry udah lupa. Kimbolan.
Silakan. Terus.
Ya, terus kalau kita kolaborasi dengan company luar negeri itu udah dengan Walt Disney tapi ada Walt Disney Indonesia, dan yang terakhir terus apa lagi ya? Bugaboo itu stroller yang terkenal di dunia dari Holland. Dan terakhir yang highlightnya yang terakhir adalah Uniqlo dengan Uniqlo Indonesia.
Uniqlo.
Ya.
Oh,
ya. Tapi kita berhubungannya dengan Jepang sih kemarin.
Nah, produk produk Populo yang ditampilkan di Uniqlo sekarang sudah beredar.
Sudah ke tanggal 12 April kemarin sampai nggak tahu ya, sampai selesai kali. Karena itu emang program Ramadan kayaknya buat Uniqlo Indonesia.
Jadi nanti kita jangan lupa ya ke Uniqlo ya.
Dan juga ada di Malaysia mulai tanggal 23 kemarin.
Uniqlo sekarang punya batik.
Oh, Ibu Ella memberi bisikan ke saya, Uniqlo sekarang punya produk garis produk batik. Iya. Gara-gara Populo.
Ya. Kayaknya kita baru yang pertama kita.
Makanya, bukan kayaknya harus. Ya, bagus.
Iya sih.
Ya. Nah, dalam perjalanan itu kan kita sekarang mendengarkan itu kan, wah kan sukses, pokoknya membanggakan ya. Apakah sejak awal Anda itu sukses? Atau pada awalnya Anda harus berjuang mati-matian karena persaingan di dunia fashion kan dahsyat sekali kan di situ.
Yeah.
Nah, bagaimana? Apakah Anda langsung sukses atau jatuh bangun dulu, babak belur dulu, atau bagaimana? Silakan.
Sering kali jatuh lah pasti, tapi selalu bangun lagi.
Anda bisa ceritakan kisah jatuhnya Anda bagaimana? Coba Anda ceritakan.
At the beginning first.
At the beginning, maybe when we started our business, we brought a lot of international brands to Indonesia. And our job was almost like building up their reputation in the country. But let's say after some time, and we were able to make the awareness for these brands better. They took it away from us and opened their own stores. So we always dig the ground, but the fruits were eaten by someone else.
Yes. So your fate is like the fate of Nikola Tesla. Because Nikola Tesla also from the beginning he is robbed by Thomas Alva Edison. Yeah. Actually, the founder, the inventor of this electric bulb is not Thomas Alva Edison. That is not Nikola Tesla. But, of course, who has more money, they can.
Yes, exactly. That's
terus bagaimana Anda bangkit kembali?
Actually, let's say after we did this for quite a long time, we decided to change the policy. We didn't brought products to Indonesia, but we created products in Indonesia.
Wow!
That's why we do batik.
So that's why we came to produce batik, and now we produce also lurik fabrics and clothes. And we show this to the world rather than bringing things to Indonesia.
Yes.
Thank you. Wow, thank you.
But the thing is, because we did it before, like bring things to the Indonesia, so we kind of connecting to this kind of fashion to the world. So we know. So it's easier for us to bring something to the world. Yeah.
Okay. I heard that Hermes and Louis Vuitton also very interested in batik. Is the news true or hoax, please?
That I don't know, but I think like Dior, I think they use endek ikat endek for their collection. I think, but batik there is a one designer that always interests in batik. The name is Dries van Noten. He makes it. He makes the collection from long time ago, always with the motif. But until now, I think until now.
You know
But
him?
he
Not personally.
not personally.
Competitor.
Not really. He's big player. I think
Yeah.
we are small player. I mean, maybe he, but I don't know if he's doing the batik deeper than us because we are from Java, we are from Indonesia, and we know we did research batik for a few years, and maybe he just bring the motif, or I don't know. Yes.
Sometimes in batik there is more than just the motive, right? There's a meaning behind patterns, and there's a philosophy behind colors, and maybe not everyone understands that. So maybe for a foreign fashion designer, batik is maybe more a question of a motive and beauty.
And color,
and colors, and they use this because it matches to their idea of a collection. But when we do batik, we always try to combine also the meanings behind and the history of motifs.
And also for coloring, we always do trial and error to get the color, because it's also the art of batik.
Do you use the natural color for batik?
Yeah.
Yes, now yes.
Now, we used to do for dyeing chemical dye, but sustainable way. So the color is not like the usual color; it's more like a paste which used very few water. And after the dyeing process, this water could be managed to become pH neutral. So at the end, the water is even drinkable. So that process is very sustainable. But on the other hand, now we focus very much on natural dye because we want to work on circularity fashion, which means it's not, creating a product which people use and at the end throw away, but it's more like creating products which people use and they can be returned to where they come from. And that's why they need to be from natural dye.
Beautiful. Yeah. As far I know, batik, actually, the technique of batik is actually the ancient Egypt also know that. India also, yeah. So what make the Indonesian batik or Nusantara batik more popular than them?
Yes. Yeah, I think batik is kind of meditation, and batik it's quite popular from ancient in central of Java, from history of Java. Yeah, I think the connection between membatik dan the emotional atau jiwa dari orang Jawa, they connected. So that's why for me, I think batik is really big from us because we also doing it with the heart.
Yeah, I know you is a great dancer.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So that is undisputable. Yeah, that is. When you dance, is your soul also the same meditating or contemplating?
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. I haven't finished my question. You already answered. So you feel the soul of batik in your dancing.
Yes, actually, I'm Javanese. I'm from Java, and yeah, brought up with the Javanese tradition, and I dance. Now I'm doing batik, so I think that's believe it or not, that's there is uh, a line between dancing, membatik, and gamelan because all is like kind of meditation. If you dance and if you follow the gamelan, you feel like you trance and you not yourself if you do wayang orang. So that's why sometimes if I do, normally I dance kalau sama Mbak Alia di grupnya Jaya Suprana, Indonesia Pusaka. Saya selalu didapuk jadi pandu. Saya selalu berdoa pertamanya because I believe that if we do it with our heart and the soul is coming to us when we dance. So people see it when people see us, kita udah orang lain. It's like batik too. Kan batik juga at the beginning is only princess or prince who do batik because I think that's the philosophy.
So actually, that is the philosophy of meditation. So meditation is not only like you duduk bersila, kemudian mengeningkan cipta, tetapi meditation is actually every time you do something focusly, then you meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like Joseph, also when he talked about when I listen to his talking about his work, he meditating. He is meditating.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, when I play piano, it's the same. Like you dancing and Populo give an explanation about batik. That is beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
So here is something.
You're also amazed when you play piano.
He is so you is in Germany. I'm in Indonesia. You have now. I'm greeting from Dr. Yosef, Jet, Dr. Jet, yeah.
Now, yes, hi, Jet.
Yeah. All the best to Mas Bayi and Mas Jo. Big success in promoting Indonesian batik, not only as intangible cultural heritage, but also creative economic product from Indonesia to the world. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot. We were also invited by Indonesian consulate in Sydney and Miss Sir Jones.
Don't forget our show Indonesia Beautiful in Sydney 216.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot that one.
Beautiful.
My bad.
So now that is a proof that batik is already. That is not no more. That is the monopoly of Indonesia, but batik is owned by the world now. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So and now.
The project now is in Seoul.
The
project now is in Seoul.
Yes. Nah, in this pandemic, di masa pandemi corona, apakah ada pengaruhnya terhadap perjuangan Anda memperkenalkan batik ke mancanegara?
Well, the first thing is, since Corona, we travel much less than before. So
almost nothing.
We can't go to Indonesia like on a monthly basis. I was in Indonesia in last year only one time, from early December until early March this year. So usually I go there almost every month. So at the end, this also means for us, whatever we're doing, we have to do it, more or less virtually. Even our collaboration with Uniqlo was done with no face-to-face meeting, all only online.
Yeah.
Even producing the samples and directing the production, everything was just
Yeah.
doing online
With Japan.
with Japan. Yeah.
But that
So,
is the proof that actually it is no problem. Yeah, you can
Yes.
you can
Yes.
Nowadays, yeah.
march forward. Beautiful.
But of course, a personal relationship with a real meeting is something else, because I can touch you and I can hug you, but now I cannot.
But actually, that is funny, or that is beautiful, because at the time before Corona, I met you several times, but I have no idea to make an interview like this.
Yes.
Everything is about the time, Pak Jaya.
Yeah.
Nah, you see, then I know that you can now explain the philosophy of batik more deeply because
Yes.
you have more time
That's right.
Exactly.
to meditate, to contemplate. Yeah, that is. Yeah, so I see actually, yeah, this Corona is our friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, as long we can control them, not they control
Yeah.
us. Yeah, but
Yeah, betul.
beautiful. Okay, and now how is the life in Germany? Because you already know how is the life in Indonesia, yeah. But now I will hear directly from you, not from Der Spiegel or like that, or the
Yeah,
Zeit, yeah,
exactly.
but directly from both of you. So how is the life in Germany in the Corona pandemic? Please.
Well, we are in lockdown since 15th of December. It's just extending. So life is pretty much, there's not much to do as just what we're doing now. But as you know, I was in Indonesia from early December to March. And I think that was one of the most beautiful times I experienced, because I could do so many things which I have never done before,
Yes.
from gardening to cooking and
Yes,
the beach.
yes.
To the beach.
And also barbering.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think in this pandemic, seems like Indonesia is much
It's the
more.
better place
It's
to
a better
be.
place to be. Yeah. Here is.
Oh yeah,
bit-
yeah. That is. So you think the life in
Yes,
Indonesia more beautiful than in Germany?
Yes.
I think so.
And you know what?
At the moment.
In Germany and maybe in a lot of Western countries, life is not about spiritual experience. It's very rational. Everything is very rational here. So you count 1 + 1 is 2, and everything is logical. But sometimes 1 + 1 is 11, because you just put the numbers next to each other, right? And 11 can be sometimes more exciting than 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, 1 and 1 is depend on who talked about them.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
depends on our view on things.
Yeah, and who has the
Experience.
power to decide that one is something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is very interesting for me, yeah, because we are in Indonesia, we feel terrible. We feel why I'm not in Germany, why I'm not in Australia,
That's
yeah,
normal.
why I'm not in Japan, why I'm not in Taiwan, but not in China. I don't know that, but in Taiwan like that. But actually, you as a German, also Mas Bayi, yeah, you think, yeah, that life in Indonesia more beautiful
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
at the moment. That is a dangerous statement.
No, in
And
a way, it's like at the moment because we cannot do anything here, only like going to the supermarket or even to go get into the shop, we have to do
Pre-registration.
no, it's also doing a test. We have to show our COVID test if we want to get into the shop here in Germany. So it's not fun. I tried not
That
to
is-
go to in the shop.
that is like the time at the Nazi Hitler. Yeah, when you go to a shop, you must say that you are not sure. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but how is the statistic of korban
cases,
pandemic?
yeah. It's bad, yeah. Still.
Yeah, it's not good. We have around 25,000 cases every day.
That we did.
25,000, yes.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course, we test a lot here.
Yeah. So you said that we not test a lot here. But 25,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
But sorry that the mortality.
It's very low.
The mortality is, we have around 80,000 people who have died. 80,000.
From the whole
80,000.
population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh ya, Pak.
Kalau Indonesia berapa, Pak?
Makanya ini
Every day penambahan 4,000.
in Indonesia every day 4,000. Very good.
No, that's too high. That's too high.
Because there are so limited tests.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but I know that the grass from the of the neighbor is always
Neighbor's
greener.
greener. It's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now waktu yang membatasi dan juga now we talk about the conscious fashion.
Conscious.
Why is the name
fashion.
conscious fashion? Is there any unconscious fashion?
Yes, there is.
Yes. Yeah, okay, please. So that is unconscious fashion. What I wear it.
No, it's conscious. Still.
Okay, please.
You.
Yeah. Let's say everything knows, of course, the world is talking about sustainability. Yeah, everything is about sustainable fashion. But for us, sustainability has also kind of has been misused by many big companies who claim to be sustainable, and that's why we do not say we are sustainable. We say we are conscious. And conscious relates to many things, from, let's say, fabrics we use, from the way we produce, from the way we package our goods, or even the way we design and sell our merchandise. Always with the question behind, is this harming anyone, from the world to the people to the nature? So that is, in our opinion, conscious fashion, when you have this consciousness, always thinking, what is the effect of what you're doing?
Okay. Please, further.
Yeah. Continue. Yeah. So it's not about do I look fashion or do I look fashion enough, but it's about behind the product itself. So like what we do now is since we moved to Yogyakarta, we are very close to the artisan, to the pembatik atau penglurik. Kita ajak mereka juga ya untuk kita juga milih pembatik mana yang kalau buang limbahnya itu mikirin nggak limbahnya itu apa namanya
Merusak
efek to the
merusak lingkungan.
environment,
Ya.
akan itu merusak lingkungan. Terus juga warna juga kita tanya semuanya. Jadi nyambung juga the way kita live di Jogja juga ya harus sustainable karena kayak sampah, plastik atau listrik atau ya pokoknya mengenai global warming gitu sih.
Okay. So if I can little bit interpret, the conscious is actually the most important consciousness is responsibility.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Correct.
Yeah, because I know because I also learn a little bit about so-called sustainable development,
Yes.
who organized by United Nations. Actually, they are worrying about how the industry, all kind of industry, destroy the ecology and make the people suffer. Populo. Yeah, that is tragic. But the United Nations declare the agenda of sustainable development as the way out of this catastrophe.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm very grateful and thankful for both of you that both of you make us aware how important
Thank you.
to be conscious on
Yes.
Yeah.
the responsibility of sustainable development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, there is a question now from
Ibu Nila Umar Haji dari KBRI.
ah,
Itu sepatah dua patah.
okay, it is from the first lady from the Indonesian embassy in Seoul will now give us greeting and also sepatah dua patah kata. Please.
Thank you so much. Silakan.
Oke, Bu. Silakan, Bu. Wah.
Halo Bu Nila.
Halo.
Apa kabar? Suara
Baik.
saya
Apa kabar
kedengeran?
juga? Sudah kedengeran.
Siang semuanya,
Iya,
Pak Jaya,
kedengeran.
Bu Alia, lalu Mas berdua. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It has been a real great, good pleasure. I mean, really interesting talk.
Thank
And
you so much.
I really enjoy it. And also my friends. I brought along many friends from Seoul. I think we have 2. You know them already. Mas
Oh
Jet
iya,
and
sudah,
Mas
Jet.
Apung.
Oh,
Pak
Mas
Jaya, Bu
Apul.
Aina,
Ya.
terima kasih
Oh iya,
banyak.
di Berlin juga
Banyak,
pernah
Mas.
saya. Mas Apul, sorry. Waktu itu saya juga pernah di Berlin sama Mas Apul.
Sama-sama menari, sama-sama
Iya, nari juga. Saya waktu acaranya siapa Raden Saleh 100 tahun ya Mas Apul ya. Ya, Mas ya. Sama saya nari di situ sama show sebelum saya bikin Populu Batik Besar.
Hebat sekali. I will keep listening. Sukses. Terima kasih Kak Jaya, Bu Ayla, dan semua ibu-ibu, bapak-bapak sekalian. Salam dari Seoul. Annyeonghaseyo.
Terima kasih Bu Nila. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Ya, ibu negara KBRI Seoul ini sangat-sangat berjasa dalam perjuangan memperkenalkan batik ke mancanegara itu dahsyat sekali. Ya, bahkan saya baru tahu ternyata koleksi batik beliau itu sudah layak diangkat menjadi museum batik.
Museum. Wow.
Ya, anunya
Mau
ya.
lihat nanti.
Ya, di situ.
Ya.
Nah,
Pengen lihat.
semoga nanti karya-karya dari Populo juga masuk di dalam koleksi beliau karena
Amin.
ya karena jelas
Amin.
bahwa karya-karya batik yang dibuat oleh, saya tidak menggunakan perkataan diproduksi, tapi betul-betul dibuat oleh Populo ini itu layak tercatat dalam lembaran sejarah batik mancanegara yang layak ditulis dengan tinta emas, atau kalau dalam bahasa batik apa yang tintanya batik
Prada, Prodo. Prada,
Ya.
pakai Prodo ya.
Prada, benar. Prada itu keren. Oke. Apa ada lagi Bu Ella? Oh ya, begini, saya yakin dalam waktu yang singkat ini masih banyak pertanyaan yang belum saya tanyakan karena di luar wawasan saya. Nah, tapi saya yakin Anda berdua merasa perlu untuk diketahui, maka silakan. Sebagai penutup, Anda sampaikan apa lagi yang perlu diketahui mengenai batik ini. Silakan.
Do as.
Maybe, I think what is important when we look at the Indonesian way of doing things and the Western way of doing things, both have strong advantages. Yeah, maybe in the Western sense, everything is rational, well organized, and selalu tetap, ya, waktu, gitu. Tapi what is missing here is to look beyond that point.
Emotionally.
Yes, and I think that is something, if human being would look at life also from the spiritual side and what it can benefit for us all, we would have a lot of less problems.
Yes.
Like religion.
Yeah, and I think now it's the time, like for those people who loves those luxury brands and paying so much money for the brands, if they see how those artisans doing their work, how it's like they are very very talented, and they are like artists, because people paying so much for art, but for batik, lurik, and all the craftsmanship, they don't want to pay that much. But actually they should balance with that. So they have to be proud, especially for Indonesian. They have to be proud to wear those craftsmanship that been produced in Indonesia, and they have to pay more, and they have to support, because who else who support our people?
Yeah, just one more example. When you look at the craftsmanship of Indonesia, of the traditional one, like batik has been made for ages and how lurik has been made for centuries. When you look at these processes, it is 100% conscious and sustainable, because at that time, people don't know anything about, let's say,
machines,
making processes faster or bigger or, more efficient, because that was not the point. The point was, when I do a batik, I want to do the best batik for my newborn child. And when it takes 9 months, I just did it out of a passion. Yeah. And all the love of the mother to her kid goes into that batik. And all these effects, all these considerations are lost in the Western world. They don't know anything about that. But in Indonesia, that's still there. And we should dig that out and expose that much, much more, because that is what makes everything different.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So that is both of you is a proof that actually the corona pandemic has a very, very beautiful influence that
Yes.
make people more thinking not outside but
Yes.
inside.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Both of us, Ibu Ayla and me, is very moving. Yeah. Now we are not only kagum, not only astonished, but we are moving. We are terharu. Yeah, we are moved. Yeah, moving. Yeah, well, for me, it's moving. Because I move. Yeah, I move.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, that is your example of, about the love of a mother for his child that is in 9 months. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that is beautiful. Yeah, I cannot find another word than beautiful. Now we have nothing to express our gratitude. Just a very, very simple piagam.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
from the Jaya
We are
Suprana
very
Institute.
honored,
Yeah,
Prajaya.
and I'm sorry, there are no batik motif. Yeah,
No
yeah,
problem.
yeah,
We are
but it is
already
on the phone. Yeah, of a computer. Yeah, from the Jaya Suprana Institute. Mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Baik Populo dan Yosef Lim. Maaf, ini.
We are also very honored
yang
to
telah
be
Thank you very much.
yang telah
for the
berkenan
opportunity.
menjadi narasumber acara sederhana Jaya Suprana Show, dan kami akan kirim nanti ini ke Jerman. Kemana? Ke Berlin atau ke Braunschweig?
Nggak usah, nanti saya ambil aja.
Rupanya Anda nggak percaya ya sama kiriman.
Saya percaya nggak usah, saya nggak mau ngerepotin karena saya balik ke Indonesia juga.
Iya, kapan Anda balik?
Bulan depan sepertinya.
Then you are welcome. Ya, both of you.
No, only
Only
him.
me.
Oh, ya, giliran. Ya,
Gila. Bagi tugas.
terima kasih, dan mari kita beri tepuk tangan kepada dua narasumber hebat
Terima
kita
kasih
ini.
banyak Mbak Jaya, Mbak Ayla. Terima kasih semuanya yang hadir. Thank you Bu Nila, thank you Jet, thank you Mas Apung dan semuanya. Thank you all.
Oke. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Dankeschön. Tschüss.